If you are going through a breakup, you want to save it, save your relationship, or you've already gone through a breakup or a divorce, today is for you. Today we're going to talk about the process of getting over a breakup or going through a breakup. And bonus, I'm going to tell you guys the one thing that I always discuss with guys that always fixes them for the next relationship. So if you're down for that, this is the video for you. Here we go. So step number one, you're about to get broken up with, or you got broken up with. What do you have to do? You have to figure out what the heck just happened. Okay? And I'm not talking about advice from your buddy Joe who has a girl and you don't. That's not what I'm talking about. That guy doesn't know. If the advice that you get, let's say you do take that advice. If the advice that you get doesn't immediately give you a sense of relief and you go, oh no, that's exactly what happened. Man, okay. If the advice doesn't feel like that, it's the wrong advice. That's the rule of thumb here. So get good advice for what happened. Now, what does that good advice include? It includes, number one, who was to blame. If anybody tells you, oh, she was all to blame for that, or you were all to blame for that, it's probably wrong because, let's be honest, most of the time the blame is a little bit on each side. And it doesn't help you to delusionally believe that it was all her or delusionally believe it was all you. That doesn't make any sense. It's not the reality of what happened. So you need to be able to understand how much of it was her to blame and how much was you so that you can fix that shit and take responsibility for what was wrong and fix what was wrong. Okay, the next thing you have to know besides who's to blame is how do you fix what happened? How do you not do it again? Okay, because what you don't want to do is not take any advice, glaze it all over, wait 6 months and go, okay, I have no idea what happened, but I'm going to try again. Because then you're going to be the guy who's on his second divorce or his third divorce or multiple breakups with the same condition, and you just don't know what it is. You're blind. And if you're a guy, I'm sorry, but if you're a guy who's divorced the second time or the third time, you're that guy. Go get fixed. You're missing something. Sorry to be so mean, but you're missing something, right? Okay, so let's say that you go and you figure out what's wrong. Step number two is you have to get back out there. Number one, figure out what happened. Number two, get back out there. So how do you get back out there? Well, if you found the right advice and you've kind of fixed stuff, you should be ready to get back out there. Now, does it take a month to get over a breakup? Maybe, sure. Yeah, were you in some 6-month or longer relationship? It can take a month to reset yourself, for sure. Take a month off, dude. Buy yourself a steak dinner, relax, make yourself happy, get back to you for a little bit before you jump back into the dating scene, right? But if you were dating a girl a month and then she dumped you, get over yourself, get back out there. It's fine, right? Don't think too much. All right, so if you're going to get back out there and you know what happened, a hard part that a lot of guys have to deal with is this big thing in their mind where they're like, man, it was so hard to get this girl. The next girl's not going to be like her. I have trouble getting girls in the first place. I put so much effort into getting this one. Now I have to start back at zero. You might be older and now you're dealing with okay, well, I'm too old now. There's a lot of concerns, right? So how do you get back out there? Well, the short part is yes, all those things might be true, but if you fix one thing, you can get back out there. I'm going to talk about that in 1 second. But the first thing you have to do is you have to, number one, go get yourself groomed professionally. Make sure you look as good as possible. Number two, get back healthy. If you're missing the health part, eat right, get a little bit of exercise in, start feeling good about yourself. Number three, get yourself some new threads. Get yourself some new clothes. Make sure the clothes make you feel more like you. Fresh, clean, get yourself groomed, make yourself look as good as possible. You'll feel good as possible for when you go back to dating. And you put a couple dating profiles up and you start walking in and putting your feet in the bar or in a place where you can be successful meeting new women. All right, so bonus. What do I tell everybody almost every time that fixes things? Okay? What I generally go through with a guy who's about to lose a girl is we talk about dominance struggles. You guessed it, if you've been watching my channel, the message is domino struggles. If you are in a relationship and you are on the way to breaking up, you need this advice immediately. You need to figure out how you're handling your domino struggles incorrectly so that you can fix that immediately. If you're a guy who already got broken up with or divorced, then you already probably flunked on this. So let's talk about this for a second. The way you handle the dominant struggles with a woman and the way you handle your kind of fights with a woman is really important. Generally, there is a percentage of your fight that is about the fight, and there's a percentage of it that's about a power struggle. If you lose the part that's about the power struggle, or you don't know it's happening, or you're having ticky-tacky fights where the whole fight is about the power struggle, and you lose that, it's a big attraction killer and it ruins your relationship, okay? So if it's before you break up, we can work on that and might be able to get your girlfriend back. But if you're at the point of no return, you probably still a loser. It's the reality of what I go through with most guys before they get to the glory, before they get to the prize of the girl they want in the new relationship is you have to kind of burn one. What do I mean by that? I mean, you got to kind of burn a chick to the ground. You know, you're going to, if you realize this is happening and your relationship is almost over, we're going to have to do some new behaviors that you're not going to be used to, and you might mess them up. And if you mess them up, you're going to burn your relationship to the ground, and that girl might not come back from that, okay? If you're a guy who's just learned this for the first time and you're single, and you go out and you start trying this stuff, you're probably going to make some mistakes, and it's going to cause you to lose a girl or two. It's the way it works. If you're a guy who's divorced, right, and we talk about all the stuff that you lost while you were in your relationship, probably still going to date another girl and get the hang of this. We go through it, right? And then you burn that one to the ground, you try your best, and then the next one you get it right, okay? Hope that makes sense. The rule is you lose one, you learn this stuff, or you don't lose her, and then you learn this stuff. You burn one more to the ground, and then you're good. This isn't like a rule, like you must lose one girl. What I'm saying is that's just commonly how long it takes guys to kind of get the hang of this. But it's usually only one. You're going to fuck it up and you're going to be like, ah, shit, man, I'm an idiot. Okay. And then you're going to go, okay, now I know how to do better. You also have a lot of kind of an ego hangover, I would say. I deal with a lot of guys who are like, well, I know better and this is what I've always done and this works for me. And it might be true, but it doesn't mean it always works, or there might be a little misinformation there. And so guys, sometimes I have to deal with guys who might have a good enough answer, but not the real answer to get like, I love you, oh my gosh. You know, the next girl, oh my gosh, where did you come from? I love you. I can't believe I met a guy like you. How have you been single this whole time? Like, you seem great, right? Before you're going to get that result, you're going to have to mess it up a little bit. That's just par for the course. It's what I commonly have to go through with guys. But the good news is that you can get through this. If you understand what happened in your last relationship, or you understand what's happening now before you break up in your relationship, you can commonly fix it. You can get through it. When you understand what happened, the butt hurt goes away. You start to feel relief. A weight should be lifted off your shoulders. You go, how can I fix this? You freshen yourself up, and you get right back out there. That's our video today, guys. Hope you liked it. Talk soon. Soon, soon, soon. Soon it will all be okay.